Hello and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. I am Tom, and there's a few things I want to do right off the bat. Actually, I want to open up the crafting menu, check recent where we have makeshift crowbar. I do have one of these. It has one prying and one hammering actually, whereas the hammer has two hammering. I thought that might have pry as well. It doesn't. Interesting. I was hoping that the can I filter? That'd be great. Lockpick. Is that something we can do? Improvised lockpick would require a lockpicking proficiency, one tool with bolt turning, metal sawing, bolt turning, fine hammering. Requires a rudimentary lockpick, which we could make, but we are still missing the lockpicking proficiency. I don't know how we'd get the lockpicking proficiency without using the lockpick that we don't have. But here's what I was thinking. I was thinking that maybe we could go back to our to the T, whatever that was, and see, yeah, the fire lookout tower. See if we can pry open the gate. The road's just down here. I know there are zombies. Also, something I really should check is what the quality of my weapons is. Where is it now? It's across here somewhere. Here it is. Yes, the zombies, the zombies, the zombies. Just ignore those, please. I just want to come to one of the gates. You're probably going to come and try to get to me, but can I examine this in front of me? It's locked. If only you had something to pick its lock with. So it seems we can't pry it. That's fine. That's all I wanted to know. That is a shame. I'm trying to think what good the crowbar really is to us in that case. Let me make sure the other door's closed. It is. Okay, so what use is a crowbar? Let's find out. The crowbar, which we already have, has melee damage bash of 12 and cut of 1, whereas say a stick has, I don't know. We were carrying before amount, weight, source, volume. Can I have no space for the stick. No, I just want to find out more about it. We can find key bindings by opening question mark, and that would actually have told me about the I can hit E to examine. The thing that I was missing last time was bulk move. I think I can find that in that menu as well. Let's see. Melee damage bash 14. Is that better than the crowbar? Bash 14, no cut. But is that better than our wielded crowbar, I wonder? Makeshift crowbar, examine. Bash 12, so it is. We were probably better off carrying the stick in that case. Other things that I want to do, we do want to go ahead and make the brazier. We may as well craft that, and there it is, in fact. So let me see about picking that up, shall we? Or is that something that I need to haul? It's something that disappears when I move away from it. Very odd. Let me climb up and just haul that for the time being. I'm going to place it just here for the moment, whilst I figure out what to do with it. What would be good as well is to move ourselves over into this sort of area for crafting and sleeping. The light of the monitor can be a good source of light to continue crafting into the night. When we get later on in the day, we're going to lose light. Also, the counter gives you a bonus to crafting. And I'm not quite sure... Well, I think the counter gives you a better bonus than the crafting spot does, so I think we should have been crafting closer to the counter this whole time. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to explore to the west today, and I also wanted to get myself closer to a certain proficiency. What was it? We have survival 1, tailoring 1, fabrication 1. We need fabrication 2 for something. I think it's for the bed, isn't it? Bed. For the makeshift bed, we need fabrication 2, yes. So if I just keep crafting things... The thing is, I don't know what we actually need. We could craft another brazier, another makeshift crowbar, or more cordage pieces. Those aren't particularly useful to us. A nail board has bash of 12, pierce of 3. Does it have reach? Something with reach would be good, wouldn't it? If I choose to filter, and then type in D... reach attack. That was one of the suggested searches. Okay, so these should have reach, but I can't make any of those because we're missing long pole or long stick, a simple knife spear. Oh, 100 duct tape for that one. 1 long stick, 1 tool with cutting of 1 or more. We could probably make a tool with cutting pretty easily. The long pointy stick might be our first thing. It's only got 5 bash, but it's got 9 pierce. And it does have reach as well. That's going to be better than just using the crowbar. Also, what is my health like? In general, it's looking pretty good, isn't it? Just up in the top over here, we're looking quite good. So let's head out west and see what's in that direction. We have revealed nothing to the west yet. However, we know the road comes back down over there, so there's not much area to explore over here. There is, however, a path that we can find. Maybe when we find that path, we'll, let's say no to that. Maybe once we find this path, we'll follow it up a bit. Just because it will be a lot easier than making it through all this forest. Here's the path, I think, yeah. That seems to be it. So if we follow this up, there's a stick at the side of the path there. Another stick. It appears to be a log. Whatever that is. Can see to your current location, and it is faster than me. It's just an opossum. I don't think it should be hostile to us. I think we would have been warned if that were the case. Path, the path splits here. Okay. And does what? Heads in that sort of a direction to what might be some swamp over here. Yeah, swamp, which is a good source of cattails, which is our mission for our friend, to gather 80 cattails or something like that. Bundle them all together in the duffel bag he gave us. The thing is, I'm wondering whether the duffel bag is just better to keep than the recipe he's going to give us. And I don't know if he's going to take that from us when it comes to it. But let's try to follow this path as best we can. Actually, where... Yeah, we want to keep going as northwesterly as possible, but we'll follow it round until we get to that path heading in the other direction. Just up here. The path splits. There we are. Keep getting my keys wrong. And finally, yeah. We just want to follow this as diagonally as it wants us to go in this direction. We do also want to craft that bed, which actually means I should have stayed at home. I should have stayed at base and focused on bumping up my fabrication. There's a bunch of other stuff that I do need to make eventually, like like metal pots to gather water in. Oh, where are we going now? Right, we've come a fair bit out of the way here. I'm just hoping that we are revealing more on the map. Or ultimately that this goes somewhere. I'm not sure that we're going to find much around ourselves here. We'll go up. There is a wasp. I've apparently just caught sight of that wasp. I'm going to ignore it and try to head in the other direction. It doesn't appear to have any interest in me, which is good. Ooh, a structure. A structure that is unmarked. Let's take a look inside. Nothing of any value. I think all of these are... It says somewhere, doesn't it? Dirt pile of rocky rubble. Yeah, it's all just rubble. There's a large plastic sheet here, a nail and a pencil. Try to remember that's there. I don't think it's going to be useful to us at this moment in time. We'll follow the path up to where it ultimately seems to terminate up in this direction somewhere. Oh, hello. A shimmering portal? I have no idea what a shimmering portal is. I daren't go any nearer to it, really. I'm going to want to find out what a shimmering portal is before I go anywhere any closer to it. This looks like something. Just a toilet stall here, probably another toilet stall here. Do these signs read anything? Can I read them? No overnight camping. Oh, it is just the, what is it? Like a little car park. Like a little car park or picnic spot or something. I think it's as close to a town here, where we can start to see some other houses. Gun store. Ooh. Now, that's interesting, isn't it? Gun store probably very secure, though. No sense going there without a lockpick or probably a tool that has better prying than our crowbar. Is it worth a peek? I think taking a peek might be dangerous, but we do have the parkour proficiency. So if things get nasty quickly, we can make a run for it. We can also get as close as possible and sort of take an examine, which is, I mean, take a look into the distance on X. Satellites that will assuredly continue to orbit with nothing to broadcast. A satellite dish, I see, okay. Cell phone signal booster. Nothing of any value on the roof there. Or there. Or there. We need to take a look down here if we can. There is a zombie. I think the zombie was dead ahead of us in this direction. Although, quieter than I would have thought, but there are at least two. This one looks like a fat zombie. I do not know what the difference between zombies is in general. I know I can take on a zombie. I don't know if I can take on a fat zombie. But they can't see me at the moment. It is better to raid towns at night, because their visibility isn't great at night. Let's take a look. It looks like we can see through the grates here. Plastic bottle, smokeless pistol powder. I don't know that we'd be able to get into that place anyway. However, just knowing it's there is a good start. I'm probably going to back out of this and head back towards home. There is something else just over here. A mound of dirt. Right, yeah, brilliant. Not particularly useful to us. And then we've got Clarendon over in the distance in this direction. With a hardware store. Now, a hardware store would be useful, probably. Let's take a look further to the west, shall we? Avoiding the water. Occasionally the sound may lag and that freaks me out. A dermatic. What is a dermatic? Oh, it's one of these, is it? Dermatic, hostile. It is much faster than you and it can't see my current location. Well, that is terrifying. Let's ignore it and head northish just to get outside of the range of vision for that thing. A water strider. A water strider, I don't expect it's going to come far from the water, is it? Tracking, can't see your current location. It's also, yeah, so it's busy tracking something. So let's ignore that and, again, push a little bit northerly. 2 water striders now. There's also what appears to be some animals out in front of us. Yeah, 2 water striders were fine. They're not going to bother me. There's some birds flying out around ahead of us as well. If you can see them. Yeah. Let me just select one of them. One of these guys. You can see your current location is much faster. It's a jackrabbit, actually. How close to this town are we now? We've gone a ways further north than I want to be. So we're probably going to get to the water and push south from here. Swimmer zombie. Swimmer zombie. A swimmer zombie I feel like I can take. Where is it? Just here. It is a bit faster than me, but I can run. That's not taking into consideration that I'm not running at the moment. There is a source of food here. Harvestable plants. Carrots. That's food that we can perhaps use for other purposes, like planting ourselves. That could be a renewable source of food. And then with water that we can collect and presumably filter, we could have everything we need. Except that this game takes nutrition really seriously. So are plants going to be enough, or are we going to be lacking protein? Are we going to be wasting away over time because we lack protein in our diet? We're going to have to start thinking about hunting eventually, I think. I don't know if you can do this game vegan. Maybe. Okay, I want to... There's more. There's so many more now. Zombie to the southwest. Map says we are still... What's next to me? Potter's Cottage. Oh, so I'm not even at the hardware store I came here to look for, no. We've just found a Potter's Cottage. I'm gonna ignore the zombies for the time being. I'm in good health. So if they want to start coming towards me, that's fine. I just want to take a look at this house a little bit. Potter's Cottage would be really good, but it is dangerously close to a town. I see that swimmer zombie again through the window. Let's ignore that and... can't open the window from the outside. Let's ignore the rose bush and go around the outside like that. Yep, I see the swimmer zombie again. Has it spotted me, though? Whereabouts is it exactly? Still can't see me. Let's ignore the rose bush, go around the outside of it, and in. Can I close this door? I can. Okay, so what have we got in here? Well, something's aware of me. Something's definitely making its way in through the window. Shall we take a peek and see? Aha! What are you then? Are you that swimmer zombie I kept seeing? A zombie clad in swimwear, probably not a very graceful swimmer anymore. I might take it on. Yeah, let's invite it to come to us, maybe. Might already be bleeding from the damage caused breaking through the window. There we go. I'm bleeding. Right, and then I want to, just smash it again? It's made an awful mess of the place, but we can now examine... Connect standing lamp to grid. No. I wanted to look at the zombies' inventory. Blue bikini bottom, pulped corpse, pair of expensive flip-flops, and short bikini top, filthy. Just a swimmer zombie, they don't often carry anything, because they are... You know, they were swimming when they turned into a zombie. Something like that. How bad am I? Mood's not great. I like the little... You've got a little icon here, little face icon. Torso, right arm, right leg, left leg. Interesting. We're in pretty good health, but we are bleeding. Can I quickly make a bandage at all? I can make a makeshift bandage using a cotton patch, but I don't know what cotton patch that's going to be. I apparently have two. I feel like those might be my socks. Can I see how badly I'm bleeding at all? Minor bleeding, minor bleeding, minor bleeding, minor bleeding. Lightly weary and in pain. I think I'm just going to let the bleeding stop on its own. I don't think we have to worry too much about that. Instead, I'm just going to start taking a look at the stuff that's here. We've got pickles, sauerkraut, jam, beer. Beer would help with the pain. Cast iron pot, actually quite useful. Oh, cotton patches. Oh, so that could be the cotton patches. There's also a dish towel. Maybe we make the oh, so tofu too. I think I'll take the tofu because that's food. Stick, sponge, detergent, washing soda, sheet, plastic Tupperware with vegetable I think that's salad. More clean water, soy sauce, soy milk, fresh ketchup. Oh, yeah, so there's nothing here to suggest, again, yeah, they've got soy milk, and they had tofu. So here's me talking about veganism. We actually stumble upon someone who may have been vegan. There's no evidence here that they have any eggs or dairy, is there? Fascinating. Anyway, yeah, since we need to get the thing up anyway, let's see if we can make those bandages using the cotton patches that I've already got. Did I make one? Recent. Make another. Yeah. So now how do I consume item? Can I consume the makeshift bandage? Who do we think needs it most? Let's stick it on our... Minor bleeding, minor bleeding. There's only the torso and right arm that are apparently minor bleeding. So let's stick it on our right arm. And we'll stick the other one on our... Nope, we're apparently good now. We seem to be good. Anything up here at all? Aluminum foil. I don't know what use that would have for us. Battery charger. Bottle opener, button knife. Cast iron frying pan. Might be a weapon. I don't know. Chopsticks. Corkscrew dish towel. Extension cord, a flashlight. Might be useful. We obviously can't carry everything that's here. Garbage bags, glass shard. Oh, obviously because of the zombies smashing their way in. Light battery. Kitty spoon. Hammer. Do I already have a hammer, or what have I got? Just a makeshift hammer. I've got a makeshift hammer, and you've got an actual hammer. Let's take that. That might replace our makeshift one. Long string, useful for crafting maybe. Oh, there's a few of those as well. Makeshift bandage. Oh, did I just leave it on the floor? Let's pick that up. Pair of scissors. Yeah, let's take them. Paper paring knife. Permanent marker. Now, markers are really interesting because you can actually use them to write on objects. In the world, you can mark objects. Like I say, this game has a ton of detail going on. A bunch of plastic stuff. Pliers. Yeah, I don't know. Could be useful. Sheet. Just a bunch of cardboard boxes with... Oh, now duct tape is useful, isn't it? Duct tape is useful. Washing soda. Small fire extinguisher. Sponge spoon, steak knife, stick, X-Acto knife, and zipper bag. Tempted by the X-Acto knife, but I don't know exactly how useful it'll be. I'll pick it up anyway. And then there's a door here. Just into like a back porch. What can I see? Oops. I see what appears to be an additional kind of... Well, it was a potter's cabin, wasn't it? So that'll be their crafting shed where they work on all the pottery. Good source of veg here as well. And what appears to be just some wire laying loose on the floor there. Not particularly... Right, there's a zombie. Have they seen me? Is a good question, actually. They don't appear to have seen me. Can't see. That's fine, then. Let's just head back inside and close that door. And we will go upstairs. Take a peek at what's up here. Just a plank. What's on your bookcase, friend? What the hell is a battle hammer? Is not repairable, does not conduct electricity. A strategy game... Oh, it's a game. Featuring a tiny set of tiny figures. Of fantasy creatures. So it's Warhammer, is what it is. Also a handheld game system. Popular mechanics and yesterday's murdered. That's got to be just a... yeah, it's just a pulp noir. It's just a piece of fiction. Popular mechanics I probably can't read. It's probably too advanced for me. I think that's why it's marked in red. So we're going to leave both books for the time being. There is a bed here. Down-filled blanket. Bandages. Quite heavy is the blanket, I think. Cotton balls. Wow, codeine. Sleeping pills. Liquid soap. Could be useful. Let's take a bottle. Alcohol wipes. Anti-parasite. Heartburn medicine. Multivitamin. Oh my god. Let's leave the rest for the time being. Again, I don't always know what's going to be useful to me. Bathrobe, blindfold, boxer shorts, briefs, cargo shorts, compression shorts, poor fit, so whoever lived here was not the same size as me. That's something else that's in this game, is you won't often find clothes that are the right fit for you. Jeans, leather skirt, pair of golfing gloves. Gloves might be good to take, actually, because that would be extra defense on the hands. Wool scarf, probably good for when it gets colder. It is the summer for the time being, though. Step onto the bed and patchwork quilt. 2 pillowcases. Very good for getting comfortable and sleeping, actually. Oh, I don't know. I really don't. We're still on fabrication 1. We could make it home here. I mean, it is a mess downstairs. I don't know how to clean that up. But it is an option. There's an SD memory card, which I might take. A stick and a log just waiting there in the fireplace. I'm not going to live here for the time being. I'm not going to think about that. That zombie should not have noticed me. Or if they have, I should be able to outrun them just fine. Yeah, they don't seem to have taken any interest in me. But the reason I came here was to get to here, wasn't it? The hardware store. However, that is where the zombies are. Oh, there's a jackrabbit outside. Looking at the map, yeah, it's a house and the hardware store behind it. Well, we've revealed a little bit extra, which is good. I know that I want to go northish because we want to avoid the water striders. I mean, I really don't know. I really don't know what's what. I don't know what a water strider is, or whether it's more threatening to me than, say, a moose. Where have I spotted a moose? Moose could be quite intimidating, I expect. See where we are in the world. We're about to rejoin the path. So I say we do just that, huh? Whereabouts was it? Was it above me, below me? If I just go straight across, I should rejoin it, actually. No. Here we are. All that I want to do right now is get back home with my really quite modest haul at the moment. But the problem is there's so much to the game, I don't know what I'm doing. Or what's a good plan? We should head into these towns at night. We do need to get into... that's a good point, actually. Let me bring up my advanced inventory and find that hammer and examine it. It has 3 hammering, 1 fine hammering, 1 prying, 1 nail prying. Oh my god, it's got fine hammering. That's really good. That does replace the makeshift hammer then. Oh, is there a cave nearby as well? There is a cave nearby. Ooh, you know, I want to check that out. If I may, if I can find my way out to it. Oh, this is it here, isn't it? No, again. I don't see a way in. I think this is the cave that I'm walking around the outside of now. Again, no. Is that a raspberry bush? So we have plenty of fruits available to us just from foraging. Here is an entrance to the cave, where we have got a bat. Can see me and is fleeing. The bat doesn't particularly like me. Cave, good for shelter if we're ever out and about. There's plenty of bats in here. They don't seem to want anything to do with me, though. Can I avoid you? I don't want to bother the bats since they don't want to bother me. I'd rather not... yeah, not much to this cave, just a very simple bat cave. Can't immediately tell whether that's useful. See here, 1 flint. Do I want to pick up the 1 flint? Flint might be useful, let's take the flint. You can see the bats flying about outside as well. They probably all come out at night. I love bats. I know bats terrify a lot of people, but they are... wonderful creatures. Beautiful creatures. Where are we now? Still technically in the forest, despite that being quite an open part of it. Still just trying to get closer to the path, and then hopefully we have an easier time navigating all of this. Oh, come on, where are we now? Come on. Here we go, a little bit closer. As soon as we get down to about, let's say here, we can make our way back across to where we're calling home for the time being. I think I'd really rather not use the forest in future. But what other options are there? We've got the road heading off to the northeast, which we know we have multiple encounters out in this direction. Like we stopped before going any further because there were tougher zombies out in this direction, weren't there? We know we want to get in here somehow. To do that, we probably need a lockpick. We know to the south we've got the Migo structure. We haven't checked south, however, so maybe south is a good place for us to explore next. Because we know to the north we are sort of boxed in by water and the towns. And out to the west as well, we get another small town. Mind you, that's really small, isn't it? Just a few houses, a sporting goods store. That might have the skates that I want. I should introduce you to the concept of my needing skates, by the way. I have find some skates as a mission, because I chose the skater trait when we began. That might be a good first town for me to go and clear out, because it's a small town, so quite easy. We already know that we can sleep in the potter's cottage as well. So if we can, I think, yeah, if we head back into this area and start taking on those zombies, that might be a really good little town to clear out, and it'll be a good source of food early on, because we've got all those vegetables. There's all sorts of jackrabbits about the place, which we could learn to hunt. Is it getting dark? What time is it? Hopefully not too bad. I would like to finish up some crafting, but what do I want to make? I just want to get fabrication going up. I don't need another crowbar. I could make, yeah, more cordage pieces. How are we for fabrication at the moment? Still 86%. Is that not, Still 86% on fabrication. Why is that? Why is that not going up? Do I need to do something more? Something different? Ooh, a throwing stick. There's a ranged weapon. A large wooden club. Bash of 26. What would that require? One tool with cutting of 1 or more. 1 plank. Does it have reach? It does not. However, it does have a really good bash of 26. Nail board. 1 tool with hammering of 1 or more, plus 1 plank and 6 nails. Bash of 12, pierce of 3. Pointy stick. Not a long pointy stick though, so it doesn't have reach. Bash of 5, pierce of 9. Pair of nail knuckles. Let's not think about getting that close, shall we? And a wooden club. Bash of 14. Large wooden club, bash of 26. Should we make the large wooden club? That's probably much better than the makeshift crowbar. Let's do that, right? And then we can change what we're wielding. That's where. Currently wielding the makeshift crowbar, and what we want is the large wooden club, if I could find it. Food, drugs, other chemical stuff, spare parts, containers, clothing, floor. Oh, I genuinely just want the, yeah. I just want the item that is on the floor. Ground crafting spot, yeah. Large wooden club. Drop that item and we'll haul everything else back into the pile that we've got there. I do need to figure out how to work the brazier as well. We're still only on 86% toward the next level of fabrication, which means I can't craft a bed. This is getting quite frustrating. No more weapons that I want to create. I do want to create a soapy water, good for cleaning stuff. Would duct tape wallet, what would that be useful for? Net backpack, pair of safety glasses, straw sandals. Bleeding control, tourniquets and hemostatic compounds. Brazier already made. Digging stick, good for digging, presumably. A gallon jug. Headlamp. Improvised fishing hook. Knitting needles. Makeshift funnel. Makeshift pot. Makeshift pot has boiling quality. Interesting. So we could boil water, we could cook food. Ropes and cordage. Tinder. Probably good for starting a fire. I need to figure that out. Oh my god. A washboard, a wooden bowl, wooden shed stick, fishing hook. Okay, let's make the pot, I think. Makeshift walking cane. I assume that'd be good if your character had a bad leg. They could wield the walking cane. Nail punch, nail board, trap, primitive rock drill. Primitive rock drill. That is something that starts fires, right? Has the qualities rock drilling. No. I need something... There's a fire drill or something, isn't there? If I make the makeshift pot... Let's not, actually. Let's filter. Oh, I don't know. Fire barrel, firecracker. Bow fire drill. 1 bow fire drill. Components required. Interesting. Campfire, hot dog, gunfire. Pump fire drill. Pack of firecrackers. Oh, I don't know now, mate. I don't know. Yeah, because that's the thing. I don't know how to start a fire. Yet. Let's make a pot. Even though we have no use for it yet. I think the makeshift pot is going to be useful eventually. But that's taking some time too. Have I done it? I have. Okay, so it's getting later in the day. It's now 7 PM. I haven't figured out how to sleep anyway yet either, have I? However, fabrication is now 2. Fabrication is 2. Brilliant, okay. So here's what I am going to do. Over in this area here, I'm going to make a bed. I think. Because I can build a makeshift bed now. I have everything I need. I have everything I need over in this pile, don't I? Which I can bring over. It's totally fine. We'll just dump it here and decide, hey, we're going to make our makeshift bed. Probably right next to me on the other side there. Makeshift bed, please. I believe I have... Yep, I've got everything that I need. Make it in this space. Did we manage to do that? You finished construction. Fantastic. Good, so we've got the makeshift bed. Which is a place we can sleep. That is excellent. That is excellent. That's the only thing I wanted to do. Was reach that point. The brazier we don't really need because I don't think we are cold at all. Did I bring a blanket, by the way, or no? If I go into, say, my inventory. We do have an emergency blanket which we could lay out. Emergency blanket. Activate. Well, what would activating it do? Wear, wield, throw, take off, drop. I'd like to drop it. But I've dropped it on the floor. No, I want to place it on the bed. Which should make it a more comfortable place to sleep, I think. How are we doing? How are we doing in general? It's obviously night out now, so the first night begins. Can't see for very far. However, you can see the tops of the shops in this direction. That's the pizza parlor roof. There's a dollar store roof. Paintball field roof. Another hardware store. Antique store. Don't know how useful that would be. Car dealership. Car dealership. Might be a good place to find a car. Pool will be a source of swimmer zombies for sure. Gardening supplies could be useful. Mortuary. Butcher shop. Grocery store. Be good for some food supplies. However, this town up here I think is a little bit too advanced a target for us at this moment in time. I want to go to the town we hit over here. Which... Oh no, here it is on my map. Yeah, it's not that far out, is it? It's right here, the potter's cottage, the house, the hardware store. The house. A bar. Another house. Things are slow. I'm thirsty and very hungry. So I want to open the consume menu. That's wrong. The tofu is fresh, so needs used. It will last 4 days. It yeah, it's pretty good at satiating me and is 130 calories. So let's see if that helps the hunger. It does, and the clean water helps the thirst. Always important to drink and eat before going to sleep for the night, I think. We'll have to decide what we're doing the following day. Maybe we want to go to the swamp and pick cattails and see if we can find 80 cattails for our friend. Maybe we want to brave this little town over here and see if we can take off the zombies one by one. Or begin our journey and begin setting up in this sort of area to tackle this small town. That could be quite good. If we could do that, then it's only a short hop back across the river to this town up here. That would be quite dangerous. It's also invalid overmap terrain ID. Ignore, thank you. It's also a long road down in this direction and a long way before we hit another town. So it could be worth, yeah, as I say, going to this town, clearing it out, trying to make this area here safe, and then just following the road south from there to see what we come to, because there's lots of ways in which this road branches off in other directions. In the meantime, however, bit of a slow start, but I think we're going to end it here, and I think I'm going to try to sleep, because my character is weary. That's smash. I think it's capital S to sleep. That is save and quit. Interesting. Never mind. That is a makeshift bed. How the hell do I sleep, man? It's the $sign. Yes, and save game before sleeping. We'll see how long we sleep for. Let's not set an alarm. Let's just let the first night pass by. Continue trying to fall asleep. That's like me on a night as well. I toss and turn a bit before falling asleep. I think your character can get insomnia, or you can pick that as one of your negative traits at the start of the game. What time are we on? Why can't I see the time? It's 3:25 AM I've woken up at. Still dark out. Might be a good time to go and... Yeah, we're feeling fresh. It's very early. I think in the next episode, you know what we'll do? We'll go and we'll try and clear out that town. What am I wielding at the moment? A big stick? A big smashy club thing? Yeah. I think we'll try to clear out Clarendon, make that place secure in the dead of, in the dead of night/early morning for the time being. That is what we'll do. I hope you join me for that. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this. I've been Tom. This has been Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, a free and open source game. If you want to check it out, there are links in the description. And ta-ra.